recorded live from the not-so-secret Suite Level Studio.
I'm the Capo. He's the Prez.
And this is Sons of Ben, the Pod. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sons of Ben, the Pod. Adam and Devin, guess what episode this is? This is going to be one of my favorites. This is episode Fletcher Cox.
Is he? I mean, technically, I guess he's a defensive tackle.
He's defensive tackle.
Yeah. When I was a youth, pass rushers were just the ends.
Right?
But he's
now he tears it up in the middle.
He does. He makes me believe that D tackles can,
And when we get into those 100s and 200s, I can't wait to be doing the jersey math because I will be matching Fletcher Cox up with whoever would be the number 69, so I can be 69 Cox or Chris Long's kid. Or I mean, Howie Long's kid, Chris Long and Fletcher Cox, so I can go Long Cox episode.
So
it's going to be great.
I want to put you guys a little bit behind the curtain. Shortly before we got on the microphone here, Matt was declaring himself the statesman of the pod.
Elder statesman.
And, I feel like when you talk about the humor of the 69 joke, you definitely have secured your spot as the statesman of the pod.
Pretty soon I'll be in the Masons if I keep that humor up.
Please, no, but
that'd be great.
Exciting times regardless.
A little housekeeping here. So, ladies and gentlemen, new change. Beer the Pod.
Beer the Pod.
Chris, we get yards.
Yes.
2SP.
Yes.
Let's announce it now.
Do
Flying Fish has signed on to be a sponsor at the tailgate because you thirsty-ass people have been drinking us out of house and home, so we needed to get another sponsor, including our friends at Heineken that are handing out cans for the march-in. They're a sponsor, and guess what? The beer of today's pod is from Spellbound Brewing because they said, you know what? We want to be part of that march. So they are donating cans so we can give to you in the march in. And we are drinking, Devin and I are drinking the Major Nelson IPA, which is actually a really nice hazy. What do you think?
Very tasty.
Yeah, very tasty.
Very tasty.
Why did I get the Enlightened?
Well, you got the Enlightened because you're training for Broad Street.
I am.
And the Enlightened is a 3.5% ABV.
Yeah.
So it'll keep you lucid during this pod, and it's got less calories than Bic Ultra, but it tastes like beer.
This is a good promo.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. God, they should pay us more than in cans. Good God. So that's the beers of the pod right now. Let's get to the Sons of Ben news. Renew. I don't know if you're listening to this and you haven't renewed. You probably are stupid. Look at Devin
Devin's like, hey, let's insult the audience. That always goes well.
Yeah, thanks for listening. But you know what? Today, you're stupid.
You're dumb.
Sorry.
Well, if you don't renew for $30, $35 and you're listening to this, come on now.
Here's the thing. You're both right.
Yeah.
You're both right.
It's a blend of both.
It's a little column A, a little column B.
You should have renewed by now because you get so much, and so much more is coming, and we're going to talk about that in a second.
Plus, you don't get to, if you haven't seen the hard work that John Light and Jess and everyone in between have been putting these packages together for y'all, honor their sacrifice of time.
The travel, the merch, the tailgates, everything. You
hangnails
should be a member, and membership is. Not gonna lie, it's jumping. It's jumping well. So, but you should renew. Speaking of things you should be doing, you should be thinking and praying about the World Cup 2026, www.philadelphia2026.com.
Yes.
We are probably 3 or 4 weeks away from getting the announcement.
This is a weird thing.
Is it me or have we been 3 to 4 weeks away for a little
while? No, we've been quarter 3, quarter 4, quarter 1, but they were supposed to do first quarter of this year.
This has been a long amount of prayers.
It's been a long.
It's been a long.
I've been
praying's
praying.
good for you.
I think I've been praying since before Christmas for this. So I feel like prayers are good, but I've been consistently been like, oh, Lord's like, dude, I got it. I will get to it.
Pray for some quicker then.
No, that's not how that works.
I'm going actually to a breakfast tomorrow to discuss this, so we're gonna see. And Adam, you know where that breakfast is?
Tiffany's.
Union League.
Wow.
Pretty
so
close.
A block away from the Tiffany's.
Yeah.
That's a reference. Devin, Breakfast at Tiffany's was a movie starring Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn was an actress in the black and white era.
No, she did both. She did both. Breakfast at Tiffany's was in color, but she did both, yeah.
All right, so pod news. We are going to have more guests, and we will be announcing some guest hosts.
Nice.
And some more stuff coming, including maybe a special episode about a balding young man. Not you. You're not balding.
Oh, okay.
No, don't worry
Thank
about it.
you.
Somebody's
Appreciate it.
he's choosing to be bald.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Now speaking of people that make bad choices, Devin, how's that Discord?
Discord's great. We got a new moderator in there helping me out with keeping the people in line.
Wow.
Do you know who the moderator is?
His name's Trevor.
Oh.
I've never met him in person, so these
Wow.
are. It's always
Never
really,
meet
we're
anybody
always-
from the internet,
Yeah.
Devin.
No.
Don't do it. Like you'll be in a van down by the river if you meet somebody off the internet.
So if I disappear tomorrow,
Trevor,
the day after this pod comes out, you know why?
No.
He's been doing good, and it's going strong in there. So go join the Discord.
We'll eventually make like a gentle reference to my time down in Texas, but like legitimately 80% of that entire experience was just like, I know you through a Discord or a Twitter or like a Slack channel.
Oh.
Now I've met you in person,
yeah, we're going to get into some of that. Now, speaking of other weird social experiences, Impact Wrestling is inviting the SOBs this Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
So, they reached out. They're
Of course they did.
on our socials. You will see a code, which then you can enter your information, and you will get your choice of Friday or Saturday tickets to see Impact Wrestling. And guess where this is at?
Where is this?
It's at that 2300 arena, the old ECW arena.
Oh, no. Yes.
I'm
the
sad because
OGs.
I'm traveling for work. I'm going to be in New Orleans. And I'm actually sad I'm going to be in New Orleans because I would love to be in the old ECW arena with a bunch of Sons of Ben just crushing beers and watching some wrestling. But
This might actually be Rich's best capoing experience. Yeah.
Rich, I think was going to cry during the announcement.
That's incredible. Good. I love that.
Jeff Mitchell's probably crying. We got a lot of guys crying. So yeah, I'm excited for everybody. I'm mad we're not going to be there. And the guy Ross, shout out to Ross, the media.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, make sure you bring like a scarf or a flag. We can get some pictures of you guys like maybe on the ramp or in the ring. And I'm going, could you imagine being on the top rope with a Sons of Ben scarf ready to superfly snooker someone?
Oh, first
Or
off,
no,
that's
that
a
would be
reference. That's a reference. At least do Rey Mysterio, man.
Oh, Rey Mysterio yeah.
Superfly, man. That's even for me. I'm like, damn.
But you know who it is because
I do,
legend.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Eventually I'm gonna have to pimp Phoenix Frisbee on this too, right?
Well, we're gonna say, look, when Mr. Good Times decides to pony up some Good Time stuff, then we'll see.
Look, we'll get some synergy. Synergy.
Yeah, listen, he's sitting on a store that our merch should be sold in. So let's
We're
just say,
working
the
on
wheel,
some
Johnny.
Look, we're working on some synergy. You act like these conversations, and I'm trying to help. What was it in? What was that movie Sean Connery was in? All I know the line was, they're playing both sides. Like, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm here to make everyone happy.
See, Devin, he's talking about takes time to do synergy. When Devin wants a hot dog sponsor, boom, Dietz and Watson is there. He wants a cheesesteak, boom, soon to be named sponsor will be there. He needs more beer, boom, Flying Fish is there. Come on.
He has a lot more charisma than I do. I don't know if you've noticed by that.
That is a.
This is a man of the people.
Yeah. There's a debate we will have to have because
Jess is online too.
Yeah.
This is like, man of the what?
All right, now save the date. May 1st, we're going to be in Nashville. Adam will be running Broad Street. I'll be cheering him on, but everybody else that's got a good sense to them will be in Nashville to open that stadium, walk down that aisle like Vince McMahon and be like, we're here. We're going to eat your hot chicken. We're going to get a W. We're going to drink your beer. Done. So, yeah, May 1st, get online. We've got tickets still. And for you guys who are listening, single game tickets will be on sale soon. That's up to the team when they release it, not to us. So they'll happen. But yeah, more travel is being planned. More merch is coming your way. I'm sporting the latest and greatest of the merch. Which,
it's looking good.
I'm loving this thing. And we might have had a phone conversation today to renew the Rally House. So we're going to redo that. And they were impressed with the sales, so they want to do a little bit bigger and better.
Yeah.
Saturday, road trip.
Road trip.
We got the road trip to New York City.
I bought 3 more DVDs in Baltimore, so now you people have literally no chance of terrorizing me at all.
But yeah, so if you didn't get your bus ticket,
Yeah.
Well, it's sold out, but you can meet us down there, and you can meet us in New York City for this trip, and we're going to talk about that game in the next segment, which the next segment is Union News.
Yes.
So listen, it's been a while. It's been about a week and a half.
It's been a
2 weeks.
while.
Montreal, we got a big W in the Big O.
Montreal.
I don't know about you. I watched that on TV, and my first takeaway was, God, that turf is freaking awful.
You know, I'm kind of shocked how poorly run Montreal seems to me as an organization. It's weird to me. You know where you play, right? Like, you know where you live. You know that you're only really a habitable space of land for like 3 months out of the year. Now, granted, that's in the middle.
You have tough winters.
Yeah, I mean, tough springs and
Yeah.
falls. Like, they just have a mud season, basically. Like, Montreal in the summer is one of the more beautiful places I've ever been to. At the same time, Montreal pre-May is just a frozen wasteland. So it's like, the fact that you have to start your stadium in Stadio Olimpica that is as old as dirt and is not even just turf, like the AstroTurf, like the turf that like took Michael Irving's career levels of turf is being played in there, like the bouncing of Lenny Dykstra's baseballs in the vet.
I'm going to go older.
Bounce.
Gary Carter's tobacco stains are probably still on that turf.
Look, I can imagine like Mitch Williams' tears, all these other things going on. It's a situation where you look at why is that game being played in that condition if you're trying to have your league be taken seriously?
Because they built a stadium in Antarctica, but they decided that they didn't want to heat underneath of the field.
That is
Even
poor-
people in
poorly
Green
run.
Bay, Wisconsin, have figured that shit out.
That's poor, and they don't have an actual owner.
And they
like,
figured that out in the 60s.
No,
when they didn't even know what hot water was in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Look, all I'm saying is this was a club that once had Didier Drogba in it. You know, had Thierry Henry coach them for 15 minutes, and since then I don't know. They're now just in a weird purgatory, and they're not good. Like that's not a good soccer club.
But I will say, I think their coach. I
like their coach.
I like their coach. I think if he's given the freedom that Jim was given in the dark days,
yeah,
they could be. And we saw them down in spring training. They're number 10.
He's fun.
Holy,
he's fun.
He's 0 to 60, and he's
that's
like
a lot. That's a good 10. That's what you
yeah.
want in a 10.
Yeah.
But it just every other aspect of it, I'm like,
oh, terrible.
It just doesn't seem like it just doesn't seem like a well run. Even I talk to people who are from Montreal, and they're just like, yeah, like their stadium kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And it's just the whole vibe of it. It's just kind of off. The vibes when I watch us play Montreal in Montreal are never good. Like I never feel like they're having like the maximum
what kills me
potential
is
of fun.
the Canadian men's national team, good.
Yeah,
The
great.
MLS
even.
teams in Canada suck.
They're not good this year.
Except maybe Toronto.
Well, Toronto would be the only one I would
but maybe
kinda-
I mean,
but
yeah.
historically terrible.
like,
and
I
they
mean,
got good for
they're-
like 4 years,
yeah,
but now
they're using the
they
mutant
just lost
Bradley
the other night.
The mutant
Yes, but they
Bradley
were just
brothers.
in the finals a few years ago. They
Like what,
they're-
2017?
No, that was like 2020.
No.
2020 when we won the
2019.
Supporters Shield.
No.
Oh yeah.
No, it wasn't
It was
2019.
Toronto versus
2019
Seattle.
or
What was
20
that?
Was that
Yeah.
2019?
Toronto versus Seattle.
Was it 19 or someone should Google this.
This is something. This is
Why we have the internet, guys. So it's show prep.
2019. So you
Yeah.
guys filibuster while I
We're
figure
gonna
this
filibuster. So we're gonna skip Montreal because listen, a win's a win's a win. We got the win. That's what matters. And as bad as I thought it was playing in the Big O on that turf, good God, this Saturday. Devin, before we get into the game, just talk about the tailgate.
Yeah,
I mean, we did have what 100 and. Oh wait, the showrunner said
yeah.
2019.
It was 2019.
All right. I'm getting flamed over here.
But here's the thing: they lost Altidore now. They don't have a lot. Like they still have Pozuelo, but they've lost things. It's not. I don't
not
know
the
if
same.
it's. I don't know who's expecting much out of this team this year. To be honest with you, if you're a Toronto FC fan,
Bob Bradley is.
well, yeah,
Because he's got his baby boy playing, so
No.
he thinks they're going to do good.
I'm not against it, but
They
yeah, I
suck.
digress. I don't want to derail anymore.
But
go
no,
ahead.
so we
But
were
no,
talking
yeah.
about the frozen tundra of Chester, where we were at.
I missed it.
And I mean, we probably
Oh
had
no,
we probably had
Did
a
I?
$150 of crazoids out there.
Yep.
So shout out to you.
That is the most respect. I have the utmost respect for everyone who decided that they wanted to do that on their Saturday.
I got off a plane from Orlando. My
Yeah.
flight was 6 a.m. Got off at 8 something. I go, I was just in 88 degrees and muggy, and now this? What the?
Yeah.
And then I'm driving to pick up some supplies, some from our sponsors. Thank you, Twisted Tea. Thank you, Spellbound Brewing. I'm driving in whiteout conditions.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You were driving in it.
I was
You
driving
were
it. You were
standing in it.
And then I get down for this, and I'm going, Devin, do we need ice? No, we don't. Just throw the beers out there. It'll be fine. Like, it was cold.
Yep.
It was colder. Remember the season opener?
Yes.
That was Minnesota spring
No,
break.
I will say
This
this.
was cold.
Yeah.
The coldest I ever was the season opener against Colorado. That was a
This
level
might have been
cold.
colder.
And here's
This was
it
colder.
sounded like
This was colder.
And here's the thing, like, I'm so used to prepping for a game where I'm like, yeah, I have to go get all of my gear, like my long johns, like, and I didn't have to because obviously I wasn't there. But like the thought of me if I was physically there and knowing I would have.
What was
to
the
done that
temperature
game.
in Austin?
It wasn't actually great. It was only like
It's 72.
No. It was like 50. It was like 50. It was like not that. It was like kind of cold. Like when we got there, there was like, yeah, this is cold.
I would
by
have sacrificed
South
someone's
Texas.
testicle for 50 on Saturday.
Now, granted, it was like 80 today. It's like the minute I leave, it goes back to being Texas again. But it was like it was a countrywide chill, is what I think happened.
No, we were dealing with a snowstorm, a windstorm, a little bit of everything on
It was
Saturday.
bright and sunny.
It was
I ain't
like-
gonna lie.
like
It was bright and sunny in Texas.
Ice was on the locks froze. I had to put the
Yes.
locks in my car under the heater to get them. The beers when TC was opening the Twisted Tea can, she goes, some would spill and you'd watch it and there'd be ice. I mean, it was.
We had to put the grills had to be behind the trailer.
Yeah,
away
it was
from
a
everything
production.
else because,
It was
because of all the wind.
The heaters.
So-
People were lighting their coats on fire because they were getting too close to the heaters. It was
Like, really?
Like,
Like,
oh yeah,
like
oh,
someone
it really
actually
happened.
lit their-
Someone
oh,
actually.
That-
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Somebody did do
Yeah.
that.
Hi Vince. Hi Helen. How are
I
you?
got to be real with you. This is I've never been more excited to have not been at a
Yeah.
tailgate. That sounds like absolute.
No, it was a lot of fun. The
I would've
DJ
sat my ass in the car the whole time.
Listen, it was still fun. People were dancing.
Oh,
I guess
because
they're trying to-
you have to be a
The
shark
DJ
at
did
that
the whole
point.
thing. The snow was like falling all over his equipment and everything, and he's just like, nah, we're just gonna keep going.
I
He's like, "All right."
fucking
No.
I love that in every capacity. At the same time, I'm so happy that wasn't me. But I'm happy for like. Everyone who shows up should get like a thing. We should give them
Oh,
like
there
a,
should
like
be,
a little like
like
a
mittens?
plaque, like a
hand warmers.
No, they should get like one of those patches that you like sew on a jean jacket. You're like, I survived the ice bowl.
Maybe a
2022.
psychological evaluation we should give
Yeah.
them.
That's-
Maybe
that's
treatment for
probably-
frostbite, like the Matt Turner treatment,
Yeah.
whatever
Oh,
we're
man.
figuring out. You know.
Yeah. So shout out. But you know what wasn't cold that day?
What?
The Union.
Well,
Well, yeah, we'll get into that.
Well,
Hey,
I mean, God
hey,
bless us for
we-
being in this position in our lives where we're like, man, 2-0 victories are
we
really disappointing.
We hung two on them. Now, and here's the thing:
A Penteca at that.
we knew Jamira wasn't playing.
Yeah.
We knew Julian wasn't playing for us because
Yeah.
of the red card. But then we find out that our man Mikel is not playing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, so you're like, ugh, we've got two Caribbean, let's say, between Jamaica and Brazil, blooded.
No, that's called South America.
South America.
So
Well-
we are
Well,
not
okay.
playing this game where we're giving nope.
Men that live closer to the equator than we do.
That
are
is
our
okay,
forwards.
sure.
Okay.
Sure.
We'll give you that.
Accurate statement. Accurate statement.
Warm-blooded Caribbean or Latino men are our forwards in 21-degree weather.
That was the
So-
worst attempting at groupaging of all time. They could have just been our long, lanky top pairing. But hey, I'm here
So
for it.
two bros that don't like the cold. They were
Yeah.
our forwards.
You know what?
Yeah.
Like that. I'll put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Just
Instead of the one guy from Denmark that could handle it. Yeah. So
no, because Julian would have been like, no, this is also terrible.
yeah, Julian would have been like, I've been in Miami. What the hell? But
I mean,
They
really,
had the
though.
service. They had the service.
the,
then.
the midfield, the service.
Oh, man.
Maybe I'm too harsh to judge people who are literally running around in what felt like 11-degree weather. Maybe.
Fair enough.
Maybe.
That's what because honestly,
Maybe.
conservatively, it should have been 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few that should have been goals that.
Yeah.
Like,
Other people
if it
said
was-
5-0. So I'm like, but in those conditions, shit, man, what do you think that ball felt like if it hit you in the forehead? Like you're running around. It's 21 degrees.
I
You're
quit.
running 10 miles an hour with wind chill, and that Adidas ball hits you square in the forehead.
Yeah,
like,
I
what is that? Has got to feel like a bitch.
We could
That's
do
gotta
this.
feel like Peter
Yes.
Novak slapping
Do you
you on
want
the
to try
ass.
this?
Yeah, we
can
can do
try
this real
this.
quick.
Look, dude, y'all have a freezer in here, right?
Yeah.
Let's figure that out real quick.
Yeah.
No, legitimately though, and it's funny too because today was such a beautiful day, and we're here at the stadium now, like in the short sleeves and all
Yeah.
that. And like,
Oh, why couldn't
literally
it be?
48 hours
Yeah.
ago, we were all like, "God damn this death!"
And by the way, shout out to Katie Fellinger.
Yeah,
Who did do the weather report, and she freaking nailed it. She didn't even say, "Hey guys, you're gonna have snow flurries during the tailgate. Then the wind's gonna be whipping in your face in the river." And like she pretty much did a play-by-play 2 days before this even happened.
does she have like instruments still? Like what? Like,
It's called the internet. I think.
oh, that's fair. I'm about to be like, here's the thing. As a meteorologist, they're like, do you have like a home kit?
I would like to imagine that her car just has all the instruments on it.
She,
and, like,
she
there's all
stole a
these antennas
CBS
and-
News van.
Did
and
you
she's
ever
riding
see the
around.
movie Twister?
Yes.
Basically, that
Yes.
setup where
Yes.
she's just throwing Pepsi can weather vades up into the sky and figuring out what's happening. Like that's what I believe is happening, but I don't know. It was.
She's been right on. I mean, I think there was one tailgate and that was last year, and I called her on it. I go, "Really?" She goes, "Oh, out of one, you're calling me on it." But yeah,
Yes.
she was.
You only remember your failures.
She was on the money on this one. So shout out to you, and shout out to somebody else that was a star. That Gazdag penalty kick.
Just like I mean, I guess they were frozen, but the balls, my guy, the balls on this man were immaculate. Like here's the thing. I don't know why the Penteca is not taken more often because there's very rarely does the goalie just stand there. Like in the history of like how many times have you seen a goalie anticipate the Penteca in a way where it's like
Joe
here.
Joe Bednick all the time
Yeah, well, okay.
because he just can't move
Fair.
anymore.
He's one of us.
Yes,
that's
he
that's BD Bendick.
And
You need
listen,
to leave
we're
him
gonna
be.
have Joe on us soon, and he'll
Oh my
probably
God! Please
assault us for making fun of him.
Can we get a slightly inebriated Joe Bendick to just
Oh,
yell at
yeah.
us for being dicks to him throughout his entire career, previous to like 2 years ago?
But yeah, that was Devin. While you're up, you can get me one. Thanks. Don't edit that out. That's behind the scenes here.
It's not even behind the scenes.
no,
that's like right in
that-
front of. Like if we did this as a TV entity, and I want to do that in the future. I want to stream this again. And when we do, we'll just see how many times Devin has to run to like
To the cooler.
the knapsack of beer that Matt brings.
Well, we won't say who that cooler is because they're not a sponsor yet. But shout out to Ice Mule. But anyhow, hit us up at devin.com.
Devin.com.
But no, and then now I will say there had to be a moment that I know Adam was sitting in Austin, Texas, watching this
Yeah.
on his little stream and says, "I wish I was in the river end." And that was
Yeah.
when your friend, Mr. Scory Burke, did some Scory Burke things.
Oh my God, I did it, and like, look, I still
People
want.
look at you all weird, like,
Oh no! So I was in my hotel room, thankfully, because we just got done that, and it was before
"Oh, I thought
me
you
and
guys be in
Mills.
the hotel lobby." Like,
No, I was watching it on my phone. It was before me and Mills went to go get dinner after a very, very, very long day of watching people play FIFA. But yeah, no, I did the Scory Burke dance in the room. I'm sure people heard me. I'm sure people were concerned. I'm sure the people beneath me who heard me stomping were concerned as well. But like, it's
they were thinking
fun.
Antonio Brown was living above them.
Oof, wolf. The thing about it is that I really believed, like, I mean, I love those goals because it's just so obvious. It's like if you just do anything slightly correct, this ball's going into the net. And it was why you have Sergio, because Sergio is just like, I'm here to be faster than everyone else and then occasionally put the ball in the net. He didn't really do that much this game, but he made sure that someone else did. And that's half the battle.
I will give credit because Sergio.
He worked hard.
Sergio was
He had
probably on the ground in the first 5 minutes.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
he got
the
his
rest
ass.
of
He
the
was getting
time
beat up like that, and I can't imagine taking those hits in that weather.
in that weather. But that was like Rocky hitting a piece of beef in that freezer that Devin thinks we should be training in all the time.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that was one of these moments where I kind of wish we had Shabilko back for like 5 minutes because I mean he's probably the one who could be like, I can do hold up play in this weather. That's
Yeah.
fine. I'll be okay. The rest of it's just like,
But
oof, no.
and this is the positive I got out of it, and we kind of saw it early in the year. But with the new forwards that came in, we've been seeing Sergio and Corey look a little sharper, look a little bit more focused, look a little bit more like, oh, you're gonna have to take our minutes from us, which is all you want. Because if you've got 4 hungry forwards, I will take that over one $10 million guy any day of the week. So I'm getting excited about like, oh shit, maybe there's 4 guys that are just be like, next man up, let's go. I'll show you what I can do. I mean, and Scory's leading the team with 2.
Well, I mean, as a former FIFA GM myself, I really would like to tell you when you're running this type of formation, you definitely want to have at least 4 forwards that you can, rely on to give yourself a good scoring opportunity. And
Ernst Sanders on line 1.
and you want to make sure that there is depth in it, and it's not just the same dudes over and over again. Obviously,
Ernst Tanner wishes he had the amount
know.
of technical knowledge that Adam has.
speed-
from
And he
FIFA,
wishes he had
okay.
your shoe game.
I mean.
Because I think
Look,
my man's
all
on the
right.
New Balances. That's it.
Again, we'll get to Austin in a bit, but a couple of the guys down there were like, "So you're the one who inspired Curtin, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did. It's fine." He could be like, "No, it was organic. I did this on my own." Like he was watching my Instagram feed and said, "This would be cool if I could do this for real."
Now, speaking of inspiration, our inspiration was on the field banging the big drum.
Yeah,
And he was in the river end.
Why
banging
I
the
miss all
real
the good
drums.
shit. I do.
Yeah.
I miss all the fun.
Yo,
times.
Jay
that
didn't
was a
believe
good
me.
one.
I go, yo, Elsenio's coming to bang the drums. And you know how Jay is? Cool. No, he's going to bang the drums. Maybe his rhythm will be better than the other drummers. And I'm like, Jay. God damn. And then you see this big grin on Jay's face like, oh, he is up here with me. Like, Jay owes me like a beer or something, for God's
No,
sakes.
Jay keeps his cool, but that's a kid in a candy store more times than not.
Yeah.
There's a lot of childlike wonderment in our Mr. Mellow.
I think one of my favorite moments from the Elsenio part of this is like I believe it was halftime. We were walking through the tunnel, and Elsenio was also walking down the tunnel, and everyone was doing the Elsenio chant while he was walking by, and he appreciated it. He was taking videos, and it was super cool.
Yeah. I mean, just the look, because, I didn't see it, so I saw it on TV. And the look of joy on his face when he's just banging the drums, and you're just like, oh, he's having a fucking blast doing this, which is one of those things we forget that a lot of the players are like, I'd like to be up there banging the drums, like drinking a beer. So for all of the players listening, anytime you're on a red card or a medical, just let us know. We'll sneak you up there. Nobody needs to know. You can come up there
Nice
and
healthy
bang
scratch.
the drum. Yeah,
The
you're a
old
healthy
Wando
scratch.
treatment.
Yeah, the Wando treatment. and
It's
you,
iconic now. I mean, it is something beautiful that when you can have it happen. So
all right, now let's get into this week coming up. We face the owners of the world's most embarrassing championship banner.
Oh, that was so bad.
look, I mean,
So
look,
bad.
and here's the thing. There is the people defending it saying it's the same size as
home
like
plate?
as the Yankee banners in the stadium. And I'm like, yeah, they have 27 of them.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to display 27. Like, you're blocking sight lines at one point if you're doing that. But if this is your first championship,
Look right
like,
outside
I
it.
was
Our
saying-
supporter shield wraps around the stadium, for God's sake. Be proud of your trophies, people.
If you look at any stadium in MLS that has their championships displayed, it looks infinitely better than this. And I mean, like, look, you're supposed to be a flagship club, right? Like, if you're trying to sell MLS on a global level, you're
in the biggest
NYCFC.
media market in the world.
Right. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, the idea that New York City Football Club is in the Champions League and succeeding, that's like the London of this part of the globe. So, like, yes, the club from that region should be. The money should be pumped there. People should be caring about it more. Like, that's an authentic thing. And you keep doing these mom and pop things that just... If I'm a fan, like, being a fan of New York City Football Club must be a joy and infuriating at the same time.
So let me tell you about my exchange with the former president of the Third Rail.
Yeah.
Text him, I'm going, what are y'all spending your money on? Obviously not banners. And he comes back, on the field. I go, okay, cute reply. But
It was
serious,
a good one.
but seriously,
It ain't a bad one.
what the fuck? He goes,
Yeah.
what we were told was they could only have the banner a size that fits the owner's box that NYCFC has, and they take it up for when there's Yankee games.
So it's not even on display during Yankee games.
Right. So they are such a slumlord.
Are you serious?
That's what I want to go to a Yankees game now to see, but I was told
Wow.
They only
it
own
needed to
20% of
be-
the club.
It needed to be size so that I go, hey, that's, and I even asked them, I go, man, I feel like, because some of us were talking, we're like, oh, they're good, they're a legit good team, they look good, and all right, I'm gonna name it. Richard, owner of the Union, was texting me because I think they could be good enough to win Champions League, and I go, no, they can't if you have to play all those games on the road. And he goes, ooh, good point. And then even Andy from former Third Rail, he goes, yeah, we're hoping that we can get Red Bull instead of Hartford. And I go, you guys cannot win if you're playing away all the time. And again, just an embarrassment of this team. And that's why I think we win this mofo. Yeah, like I'm gonna say, like, I think just by watching last year against Portland and watching them now, they're smaller and they're really quick. I don't feel that equates to being on that post-sized field. I feel that's like Iglesias and Elliott can catch you in 2 steps. I kind of starting to think this might be the first year that we can actually outplay this team on that crappy pitch of theirs, and they don't have to put the mound in yet. So maybe there's not that bump in it, but I feel like I don't want to say a score, or okay, I'll say a 2-1. I think we're going to beat this team, and I've never seen a win in Yankee Stadium. I've been to a loss and I've been to 2 ties. I haven't been to any wins, but I think we can beat this team. But this team they're really good.
Yeah, and I'll give a little foreshadowing to our Sean Brace segment that's coming at the end of this.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you listen to this. But the Union plus 400 at New York City seems like so not realistic for what is actually going to happen.
No.
And what did you say, Adam? The only team with worse odds is Vancouver.
No, I mean,
for the week.
Vancouver's rocking a plus 450 right now. And I'm not very well versed in the gambling universe, but it seems a little offensive to me that's the
plus
odds.
400. I mean, like, for a team that is one of the top teams in the East, and like, it's not like only we think that they're the top team in the East. There are other analysts and MLS level analysts that think that they are top 3, top 4.
yeah.
In the
Here's
East.
the thing, though.
So-
I'll look at the power rankings right now, and right now, Columbus, who has the best record in the Eastern Conference, is sitting 10th. For reasons I don't understand. Number 2 in the Western Conference, Real Salt Lake, is not even in the top 10.
Wow.
And the number 1 team out west is, I think it's Seattle, maybe? No. But
yeah.
the Union are sitting with the second best, the second high. Oh, yeah. Los Angeles Football Club. Number 1 point total in the Western Conference. I'm in the top 5.
Now, you've said this.
Makes
There's
no
only
sense.
7 teams that are undefeated.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
And we're undefeated.
Yeah.
And New York has lost
Yeah.
a soccer
Oh,
match.
yeah.
Has lost a soccer match
Yeah.
this year. We have not.
So-
I mean, look, it might be a coin flip. It might be a struggle. I think we can win. If you got to
Yes.
ask me that question, I definitely believe we can win. We're capable of winning, especially if we have Mika play. If he plays, I definitely believe, because the irony of having a small field is if you have one dude who can stretch you like that on a small field, you're getting beat, and then he's at the goal. Like, he's like, he took 12 steps from the midfield. He's like, why am I already face to face with Sean Johnson? But like, that's legitimately what you could be dealing with.
I would love to see a guy like him, his reaction. Like, he's never seen a field like this in his life.
No, I would
yeah.
like, it's probably like some 3rd division he's played in, like in his like academy days. He was
Yeah,
like,
when he was like
yeah.
7. Oh, this is the full field when I was 7. Like, yeah.
It was an entire field for them in like when he was going through his like early stages. But beyond that, he's probably never seen. And like, the irony is, again, this is the media capital of possibly the globe, definitely the Western Hemisphere. You have the sports fandom. It rivals no one. I mean, honestly, Philadelphia is up there, but like, New Yorkers are as passionate about their teams as anything else. And you're literally presenting them an inferior level of the product and not even pretending it's not inferior. Like between you botching the hell out of this jersey reveal, like what the hell? You like, and I get it. You plan the jerseys 2 years in advance. So you don't necessarily know this is going to be the jersey when you win. That's what it's going to like. God damn, that was a terrible jersey. On top of that, you continue to not only say we don't have a stadium for you, but we're going to say the first game in Los Angeles, the second game in Hartford. We asked Citi Field. They said no. And we got to go to RBA because we don't have a stadium.
They might be in Hartford. They're hoping for RBA.
They're
hoping for RBA is their hope.
You are owned by the richest franchise in professional sports on the planet Earth.
Here's
the New York
another question.
Yankees.
No, but they are run by
Citigroup,
the greatest group of soccer teams in the world.
Yeah. I mean, the only
what do we
the
get?
only one
The
that would rival
worst
them is Red
interns
Bull,
that come to play for this to manage this team?
Can they just concede the fact that they're not going to build a stadium in New York City, put them in Westchester, and call this a day?
Oh,
can they just do that? Because what are you doing right now? Because there is no plan. And they keep telling me every couple of years. You ever talk to someone from New York City? They're
all
like,
the time.
Oh yeah, we got something
don't worry.
on Long West Island, and it's great.
I was told when we get our new stadium, you can come and see our new big banner. And I said, you know what? Feel free to come down to Chester in 2023 when we're unveiling our big 2022 banner.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, cool. It'll be a real size banner. Now, the conversation that we're having right now, that we've got so much spit and vinegar for this team, means that this is a rivalry.
No, it is.
Yeah.
You're
right.
We were talking about our
right.
top threes, and this is why I say that turd team in that turd stadium is a bigger rival than Red Bull is, because Red Bull doesn't matter anymore.
But we can admit that we could possibly be prisoners of this moment, right? Like we can admit that this is fresh on our minds.
Yeah,
the
but
way
that's
that
what makes a rivalry.
It's not like it's one thing that's happened. It's just like an avalanche of things that they've done.
We've played more playoff games against Red Bull. We've had more impressive matches against New England.
You mean in terms of rivalry?
In terms of a rivalry, I think it's a prisoner of the moment rivalry.
That is a listen. We're infants in this whole thing. This is the rivalry. This is the moment. This is what we're gearing up and have our hate for.
Yeah, no, it's
Red Bull.
It's the
I
moment.
kind of feel bad for them.
Well, Red Bull has a better record than NYCFC. Just throwing that out there.
True.
Red Bull has won 2
I
games.
mean, listen, we're 2 games in.
Yeah.
They beat the Toronto that we spoke of in Toronto 4-1. So Red Bull's not
but let's
terrible.
not.
But if we're gonna praise the Union for their start to this season, we can't not say that some other teams have started well themselves, and and Red Bull, who a lot of people had a very what is that team? Who's that going to be? Who are these people that they signed? I'm not saying it's been a complete gangbusters. Again, only week 3, but so far they haven't been terrible.
It's weird. It's only one Red Bull I look at, and it's Salzburg. But anyhow. All right, so now we're on to alumni. I haven't paid attention to the alumni this week because I was traveling for work. Do we have any news from any of our kids?
The best part about this is he doesn't even have to include this in here. We could actually sometimes not done alumni news, especially when he has no idea what's going on with the alumni. And I think it'd have been okay.
I don't think anything.
I'd like to shout out the alumni. Well, that's fine. Shout out to the alumni. That's all we have to do.
I think Brendan has been playing well recently. He's been succeeding. I haven't heard much from DeVries over there in Venezia. Fontana.
I mean, Brendan played the full 90 minutes against Bayern, and I mean, it is what it was. But
they got shelled. Wow.
He's still. I mean,
it's Byron.
No, but he's still got his spot in the team. He's still got his starting spot. He's playing every game.
No, he didn't lose any value. He's still going to Leeds. He's
honestly,
still going to look for the Sons of Ben, the road trip to Leeds in the summer or fall. Because
what about Mark McKenzie?
He's been in 16 matches.
Mark McKenzie's a guy we haven't talked about in a while.
He's been in 16 matches this year.
Mark's been bouncing back and forth to starting and getting playing time. He's just in this rotation that is. I think it's probably good for him, but I you're hoping he comes out of it and either.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
not. I'm not. For
moves
what it's
on.
worth, I'm not seeing him in any of the lineups at any of the recent games.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
Now, I was trying to keep the segment short because we have a segment for you called Adam and Serge Go to White Castle. I mean, wait. Adam and Serge go to Austin.
Adam and Serge go to white people.
Why don't you? Oh, just white people down in Austin? Come on.
South by Southwest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
a lot of them.
Oh, University of Texas?
Ooh, go
Hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em horns. No, man. Austin was dope. If you have not been to the live music capital of the world, apparently, it's really fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
But
I
get
have
to
a lot
it.
I have a lot to speak of. What would you like to know, Mateo? How would you like for me to start
So
this
what's
off?
the
I don't
setup
wanna
like?
ramble.
So immerse me into like.
So
what
this
the
is a
setup
tournament.
Like.
You're down
yeah.
there for Serge. You're not down there for Adam.
I mean, I'm
Even
down
though
there.
it's
I'm
all
down there for
about
the
Adam.
union. I'm
Yeah.
down there for the union.
Yeah.
And
Even though
Serge,
it's all
yes.
about Adam, it was about Serge. So
Yes.
what's the setup? Because our man did not do well in the regular season.
No.
So this was sudden death. This was the buy-in round.
Last
Yeah.
chance.
This
Last
was
chance
the
qualifiers,
last chance
yeah.
qualifier.
And the thing about last chance qualifier, so it's like everyone. So they take the top 11, automatically make it to the final eMLS Cup. So whoever finished in the top 11 in the power rankings, automatic. The 12th spot is the last chance qualifier, and it's not even like there's a cutoff. Like anyone can literally compete. So you have like close to like 16 dudes going for that last spot, and it's hella competitive. And I think what really changed it was the first two league series that we had, everyone was at home in their apartments, in their, rooms playing the game. And that's what all of us are used to, right? Anyone who plays FIFA Online, that's your setup. You're used to that in like your day to day. But when you're a competitive athlete, like anything, you want to be in a comfortable environment.
Yes.
You want to be able to look at your opponent. You want to be able to like feel the crowd's energy and all that. Like you want to feed off
Ping
of that.
is a thing, especially at that level of like trying to play,
Oh, yeah.
professionally. Like it's a major thing.
Yes.
And it's something that when you're in the same room and you don't have that obstacle, it's a
Yes.
lot easier.
The ping, the lag, because it's just like, our country is massive.
Yes.
So even if you're playing someone on the East Coast, it could be Miami to Philadelphia, and that's not necessarily like the best internet connection in the world.
Yep.
It actually makes an impact, But the thing about it was, and the thing that I found fascinating about the process was, after they did the LAN 1 and after they did League 1 and League 2, which originally both were supposed to be in Chicago and Cincinnati, but because of COVID, they were canceled. They were like, okay, so they were a go for South by Southwest, which I thought was a beautiful synergy opportunity.
Just walk. What was
yeah.
the setup like?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
what was the arena? We got a little
So,
bit on your
yeah.
Instagram.
Is there a
and everything,
crowd?
but,
Is there
like,
people watching these
Okay,
games?
so for the last chance qualifiers, there wasn't a crowd.
Okay.
It was at Q2 Stadium down there in Austin. Absolutely stunning setup.
Awesome.
Just beautiful.
And that's like
Beautiful.
30, 40,000, right?
Yeah, about 30,
30,
I would say.
30,
about
35,
30.
okay.
And it has a lot of expansion potential you can see in it. Now, it's in a bit of the middle of nowhere, I ain't gonna lie. It's not necessarily near a lot of things, but you know that they're gonna build around it.
It's kind of halfway between downtown and the airport. And the
Yeah.
airport's like
Yeah.
40 minutes away. So you're looking at like a 20-minute-ish.
Yeah. And like
At best.
it was near our hotel because like there's this whole like really nice gentrified like town center that they
Oh, it was
got
right
out
by the
there.
Red Roof Inn? Nice.
Basically, that was like it's called the Dominion, and it's basically just it's basically, or the Domain. I think it was called the Domain, and it was basically what, if you ever been to the King of Prussia Town Center, it's that on steroids. It's just a bunch of condos and a bunch of restaurants. and
Devin,
it's
it
like-
all come back to one town only.
I said
Everybody,
King of Prussia.
get your beers,
I said
people.
King of Prussia.
What town, people? What town?
The
Media?
The
Media?
W's downtown is
Say it for the
very
people
safe.
dying for a drink. Say
Yeah,
it for the people
no,
that want to
they
drink.
They can have their own beverages. All right, you might catch me later, but no. But legitimately, it was a very nice setup we had. You got to see all the influencers or all the people who were working with us, all the handlers, all the people who were like trying to promote their athlete too, and it was kind of cool. But like the setup was great. You were in their players' lounge, like where like all the fans hang out. They have like a whole catering set up there. It's like basically like the Tunnel Club, but just massiver.
Are there groupies for this?
Okay, I will tell you after the final because I have stories from that, but not groupies. Like there's not groupies. There's like not groupies.
Our security guard just got perked up like, whoa, I might get into this eMLS thing.
There's
Uh-oh.
not groupies for eMLS. I gotta be real, but no. But yeah, so you go to this. They have a lovely setup. There's like about 20 or so chairs in there. Like for us, we would do it in the esports lounge. That'd be easy. That'd be bomb. But they don't have one yet, so they put in their little tunnel club. It's really nice. Catering, the food was phenomenal. Like it was Tex-Mex, and it was done so well. And then it's just a round robin tournament. Everyone plays in groups. So like Surge was in a group with Chize, who was actually a former pro for the Union last season, and then two other guys, one from Houston and one from, I want to say, Charlotte. And he played round robin there. He won his first 3. He tied and lost his last 2 before going into the knockout stage. He came in, qualified as the last, because the knockout stage was just the top 8 of everyone who played. And me and Camilo, we would have a monitor on the other side of Surge that would just be showing his gameplay.
Gotcha. So
we could just, be coaches and be there for him and all that stuff. So if you see any of the footage of me jumping around from the other side of the table, it's me watching a monitor on the other side.
So who was Jim Curtin and who was Ryan Richter out of the you and the Camilo?
I would say he's definitely Richter.
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely Curtin, but I'm like Curtin after Glesnes scored against Red Bull. It's just it's because it's I love. First off, I love video games. I love FIFA. I love, the competitive nature of this sport, even though a lot of people don't understand it. I love it. Oh, yeah. And it's to watch a guy who I saw struggle. I saw kind of go through it mentally. He told me I had to take a break. He had to legit decompress after how bad his Series 2 was. And then for him to come in there and take on NYC Gustavo, who he's part of FaZe Clan. They imported him from Manchester.
Wow.
He's one of the best players on the planet Earth, and he beat him 4-1.
So you didn't know that?
I did not know that.
No,
because I didn't even know what the hell that meant.
No,
so
I
know the FaZe Clan. I got that reference.
If you don't know, FaZe Clan is one of
FaZe is one of the top gaming
they're the
groups. So they're the Red Bull of esports gaming.
Yeah.
So
it would be the best way to put
they're
it.
really good, Dad. I'm talking to
and
I'm talking to all you guys
Red Bull,
out there.
The Formula One sense, that.
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
If you're any good at esports and you also want to do influencing and all that, that's the group you want to be a part of. So his coach was from FaZe.
So they're the
Clan,
Kardashians of.
But they're very good and talented. But legit.
So all right, so this is the group stage. So what's the knockout
stage?
What's the knockout?
So knockout stage. This is one and done, and he knocks out NYC Gustavo in the first.
Where is this at? So is this at?
This is still in the room. This is still. This is
still there.
Same day.
Okay.
Same day. So I'm telling you, this was an 8-hour experience.
Gotcha.
I was there from 11 to
This
6
might
p.m.
be the first time Adam worked 8 hours straight in a row.
Look, man, get a social media job. You don't have to usually do it for that long. But legit, so the knockout stage happens. He wins that one. Loses in the semifinals.
Okay.
To the gentleman from Houston who eventually won. Who eventually lost to. No, that's a lie. He lost to Savvy Panda, who won the tournament. Savvy Panda came from LAFC.
Gotcha.
And he was the last representative. He won the tournament. He beat him 2-0. Surge played well, but a couple of mistakes happened, and life happened.
2-0's not bad.
No, it's not. And he was not remotely the same player that was playing League 1 and League 2.
As an outsider that's not into eMLS, I'm just more proud that we have a guy named Surge, not Savvy Panda.
Look, man, there's
You know what I mean? I'll take the L as long as I'm not cheering Savvy Panda.
Do it.
Savvy. No. Hell no, I'm not dealing with that.
King.
No.
So there was one King CJ, King JC. The man is 6'7". He's a 6'7" gentle giant that I got to party with afterwards. And he's can't be more than 23 years old. He's so soft-spoken. He speaks fluent French. And he's the nicest person. I love just meeting these athletes. He made it all the way to the final. He lost to Paulo Neto, who is imported from Brazil by Atlanta. So that's what I'm saying. When Duelsta came into this league, we were just getting dudes out of our backyard. Where now we're literally investing internationally in esports athletes. In these teams
Is
now.
Adam Booth going to be the Ernst Tanner of esports where he
Don't
travels
threaten
around the world?
No, I'll keep
and
Surge. I honestly believe
So you
in Surge.
do feel good about Surge.
I believe
really
in
do.
him. I watched a guy who got his confidence, like reference, Stella got his groove back. Like legitimately watch this man.
Stella was a movie. She went to the Caribbean, got her groove
Got
back.
a groove back.
I
Like,
needed
basically, it was a dude named Dexter, I believe. Anyway, but legitimately, like I watched a guy go from a man who like was on the brink with no confidence to come all the way around and look like probably one of the more impressive people. They're like, I guarantee you, if he was able to play regular league series where it was like regular LAN parties where he was in front of people.
Now tell people, because a lot of these guys, people don't
So
know.
a
The LAN party,
is basically like couch. It's like couch play. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's like you're sitting at home.
Yes.
they're playing
four
on an
players.
even field. They're playing on the same
They're
internet
playing,
connection.
They're playing
Right.
next to each other using
Right.
the same systems and all that.
And in a game like FIFA, where like a split second makes so much of a difference.
like control. Like if
It
you don't
is-
have controller.
So
if you don't
let
have-
me explain this to my dad and the other
Please,
guys.
please.
So if you've got crappy internet like me, where I cut out during the pod, it's like playing against Adam having great internet. He's got a 2-second advantage on you.
Exactly, and it's like the reason why Mr. Panda did as well as he did was literally because of his foot control, and then like he was able to do cutbacks and spin moves in ways that you just couldn't keep up with. And if you had lag or ping, that makes a complete difference on the type of gameplay you're trying
So
to play.
it's all about cream.
Cash rules everything around me. No, so it's legitimately one of these things where so he did that he lost in the semis, and then we all go to Austin City Limits is where they're hosting.
Nice. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
So we were at Austin City Limits live for the finals, and it was on the stage. You know, they had smoke machines, they had pyrotechnics, like they had a line around the corner. There was easily like 2,000 people in this place watching. Wow. They had, and shout out to the supporters groups of Austin.
Yeah,
they were there. They came with their drums, their trumpets, their megaphones, and they showed out. Like they were treating that like it was a match. And when
they should, because their team sucks.
Well, no, they're actually two in the West right now.
I know they are.
They're actually not terrible at the moment.
They aren't terrible.
But legitimately, like when X Verde was playing for them, they were like chanting. They were doing like they were treating it like it was a home game, and that to me is even a more unique aspect of eMLS as opposed to like Overwatch League or the 2K League, where if you have fans there who are supporting the team,
they wouldn't be quiet.
They'll actually do what they would do in the stadium. Like they were actually being supporters
Oh, okay.
for and they want that. Like MLS wants that to be cultivated.
Yeah.
So like you saw the Atlanta or the Austin fans treating it like X Verde was in Q2 Stadium trying to physically score a goal, and it was really, really
That's
fun.
awesome.
It was really fun. Like I had an absolute blast.
That's what makes me so excited for this, stadium that they're supposed to build
in South Philly,
and like the fact that we live close enough that we can go experience that is going to be awesome. Like that's what I'm looking forward to. And obviously not FIFA related, but still
any league. Yeah.
I grew up playing video games. Video games are like a large part of my life, and it's just the way it is. And so to be able to experience that and for it to be in our backyard is going to be pretty cool. So
it's really dope.
Now, what's the future? There's another season coming up, right?
We're in a hiatus right now. Like we're just
World Cup break, international break,
pretty much. Yeah. And what I think is going to be big is we're going to do a lot of things domestically.
Okay.
Like we're going to use us having an esports hub really clutch. So we're going to be able to do a lot of stuff with it. We want to work with a lot of organizations. We want to bring in some high schools. We want to bring in some colleges. We want to do stuff for Chester. We want to do stuff for the region. Like I would love to host a collegiate tournament here. Like I would love to host like Nova versus Delaware and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Get the synergy going, because like until they build the arena down there, this is now probably your most prominent spot to have competitive.
Why don't we right now challenge Jay, Richard, and any of the Buccinis?
Yeah,
and we'll just mix
no,
it up
I'm saying
down there.
I'm saying that if anyone in the FO is listening, Richard, hi, what's up? You guys definitely need to invest in this, because this is an opportunity that I saw firsthand is growing, and it has a lot of potential. And if we cultivate it in the same fashion that they cultivated, the esports down there, obviously we won't have like a South by Southwest to accompany it with. That does help, but at the same time, it was mostly Austonians, so it wasn't like it was like they were all coming out of town to do this thing. Like a couple people from FC Dallas were there and all that stuff, but it was like it was in house, and even after X Verde was eliminated in the first round, they still stuck around for
To watch.
all of the matches. And like these people, it was done right. It was done very well. Shout out to all the sponsors who helped put that together. It was like they put a show on.
Devin, that's how you ask for more money from your bosses. Where you go, hey, Richard J. Buccini's, invest in this esports. Give me more money. This is why. No,
but like, I mean,
know
both.
too.
I mean,
I'm just-
please
I'm
give me
busting
more
your
money.
balls.
But still, like, no, but like, I honestly do. I do believe in this. I would not have joined the esports initiative here if I didn't believe that there was legs to this, and I do believe that the union, can be the team. Like the Flyers evidently would be only, and the Sixers because of the other teams that they own, but from an organic, from the team itself point, the union can be a leader in that field.
Yeah. All right, now Devin's giving us the look, so
He should. I went for a while.
Get this. We're gonna wrap this up, but we have to, as custodians of truth and justice,
Oh, now we got to talk about it.
still do our Premier League. And all I'm gonna say is this is our official stance.
Oh no! Now we have a stand.
Wait, hold on.
us as Chelsea fans understand that Devin can bust our balls and make fun of us
Yes.
all he wants until we get a new
Saudi.
mafia,
Yeah.
Saudi,
Saudi.
dictator,
Oil money.
or oil baron,
Just not the
hedge
wrong-
fund manager, whatever. Until he decides to buy our beloved Chelsea, we are now Devin's whipping boy, and we kind of accept that because we're doing a GoFundMe page so we can get a bus to send Chelsea to where do we have to go? Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Middle Earth, not Middle Earth.
Apparently, it's a 10-hour bus drive that I think Kai Havertz is paying for himself.
So the Premier League still, throughout world tragedy, gives us just theater of the mind.
Yeah.
And we're going to tune in for it. And, and we're just going to talk on Chelsea just because of that, because we know Devin can't really talk great on Tottenham after that Manchester United defeat.
Hey, Brentford's doing.
Brentford are
Brentford
coming
just got out of Brentford.
They
You
got
might
a
be
nice couple
staying up.
wins.
Yeah,
and
'cause
here, so you guys,
you're only happy because Brentford doesn't make you have to root for Leeds anymore. You are
Brentford
so
might stay
uncomfortable.
up.
and so that you guys can pencil this in here, April 2nd, which is the date of the next Union game against Charlotte, I believe.
Yeah.
Chelsea versus Brentford, 10 a.m. So maybe
Look,
we'll have
Brentford might
a
win.
tailgate showing of the game.
Brentford might win because we
If
might
it-
have to play like Harvey and and Loftus Cheek.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to do
Is Matt
something.
Miazga
But God, where can we
available?
watch that? Because it's probably on like some paywall.
No,
but-
we
Oh,
can't even.
for
No,
sure.
we can't even probably watch it anymore. It's
No,
probably
it's-
like
yeah.
it's like on Sky.
We're not allowed
4.
to pay. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to pay for Peacock anymore because it means you're paying.
Yeah, it makes
Chelsea.
pay, yeah.
Well,
So-
first off, if anyone's got the oligarch money, Comcast, what are we
Well,
doing here? Are we sanctioning the right people here? These are the questions
Maybe
I-
by then Josh Harris, who
Yeah.
actually was leaked as interested in the team, I'm like,
he owns
Shut
Crystal
up.
Palace.
oh, he was. Oh,
Is he gonna sell, like that's some,
Yes.
What is this? Some
Sell
like
Crystal
some-
Palace
some
to buy
4D
Chelsea.
Him and-
chest?
him
Like,
and
what is
him
this?
and Blitzer ain't getting along. So yeah. So anyhow, ladies and gents, this was episode Fletcher Cox. This was a train wreck and a half, but we thank you
I
so
thought it was
much.
great.
And we've got some surprises for episode 92, and we all know who that's going to be named after.
Rick Tockett.
Exactly.
There it is. Yeah.
Everyone, thanks so much for tuning in, and we're going to see you at New York City at a viewing party, and definitely the next tailgate. Remember, Aloha Felicia.
Revenge tour.